Emergency BRICS Summit. Will they end Trump and destroy the dollar? A global earthquake is shaking the foundations of the world economy, and at the heart of the storm is an escalating showdown between the United States and a powerful alliance rising from the global south. While Donald Trump doubles down on his isolationist, protectionist policies and fuels a full-blown trade war, BRICS, the alliance of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has declared a strategic emergency. They are no longer willing to tolerate the dominance of the US dollar, and the stakes have never been higher. A new world order is being born, and the BRICS nations are determined to write the rules. BRICS represents over 40% of the world's population, nearly 30% of global GDP, and more than 25% of world trade. It's not just a diplomatic club, it's becoming an alternative power bloc that challenges the very foundation of Western economic dominance. Brazil brings its agricultural and energy strength, and under President Lula, it's emerging as the voice of Latin America. Russia, rich in natural resources and backed by military power, sees BRICS as a path to bypass Western sanctions. India, the world's most populous democracy, is a rising tech superpower and a key player in the global south. China, the world's second-largest economy, is building infrastructure, investing in Latin America, Africa, and Asia, and challenging U.S. influence globally. South Africa acts as the gateway to the African continent, and its support cements BRICS' reach across the developing world. Now, they are uniting with a common mission to end U.S. dollar hegemony and create an alternative financial system based on fair trade, mutual cooperation, and economic sovereignty. The trigger Trump's economic warfare. Donald Trump's new tariffs on imports, from steel to semiconductors, have triggered a global economic earthquake. His aggressive America First trade policy is being seen by many countries as an act of economic war. Trump claims these moves are about protecting American jobs, but the reality is chaos, collapsing markets, angry allies, and a diplomatic breakdown that may spiral into a full-blown global trade war. Meanwhile, the US dollar, once considered untouchable, is facing its greatest threat in decades. BRICS' counterattack, a new global currency? In response, BRICS is taking bold steps to replace the dollar in international transactions. Russia and China have already begun trading in their local currencies. India has signed currency swap deals. Brazil is exploring a common digital currency. And in South Africa, the government has openly called for de-dollarization. At the upcoming BRICS summit in July, set to take place in Rio de Janeiro, leaders are expected to finalize a plan that could shake the global financial system. A new reserve currency backed by gold, rare earth minerals, and a basket of BRICS national currencies. Expansion of BRICS membership with countries like Argentina, Iran, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Indonesia showing interest, many of whom are major oil producers. Creation of a BRICS central bank to support infrastructure, energy, and digital finance in the global south. An alternative to the SWIFT payment system which the US has weaponized for sanctions. The message is clear: the age of the dollar may be coming to an end. The leadership of BRICS is more united and ambitious than ever. Lula da Silva, the Brazilian president, has openly criticized Washington's economic colonialism and insists that global trade should be free from the tyranny of the dollar. Vladimir Putin, under harsh Western sanctions, has promoted the use of rubles and yuan for oil and gas exports, sidestepping the dollar entirely. Xi Jinping has outlined a long-term strategy to integrate BRICS into China's Belt and Road Initiative, linking infrastructure from Latin America to Africa to Southeast Asia. India, though cautious, sees benefits in a multipolar world and is already trading with Russia in rupees. South Africa views BRICS as a platform to escape neo-colonial economic structures and ensure development on its own terms. Together, they are forging an economic axis of resistance to U.S. power, and they are just getting started. The United States is watching nervously. Wall Street has already registered its worst quarter in years, and several economists warn of an approaching U.S. recession. Trump's trade war has alienated traditional allies in Canada, Mexico, the EU, and even Japan. Many of them are now exploring alternative trade routes and new alliances, including with BRICS. In Washington, even members of Trump's own party are beginning to panic. Senator Cory Booker warned that decades of international cooperation are being destroyed. Republican business leaders are raising alarms about supply chain breakdowns and the long-term damage of protectionism. And U.S. media is beginning to acknowledge the growing power of the Global South revolution. On May 9th, Lula will attend Victory Day in Moscow, deepening his personal relationship with Putin. On May 12th, he will travel to Beijing for the China-Kelec Forum, where trade deals will be signed and geopolitical alignment strengthened. Then in July, BRICS will meet in Brazil in what could be a historic summit, perhaps the beginning of the post-dollar world. These meetings are more than symbolic. They are the building blocks of a new world system. Make no mistake, what's happening now isn't just a diplomatic shuffle, it's a tectonic shift. The battle between the BRICS and Washington is not about tariffs alone. It's about who controls the global financial system, who writes the rules of trade, and who leads the world into the next century. Trump is gambling everything on U.S. supremacy. But BRICS has the numbers, the resources, and increasingly, the political will to fight back. So the question isn't just will BRICS survive the dollar, it's how far will they go to replace it. In this chapter, we will explore the recent developments of nations joining BRICS, including the significant addition of Cuba. This move marks a pivotal moment in the geopolitical landscape, as more countries align themselves with the BRICS coalition. Why are nations like Cuba turning towards BRICS? The motivations are complex and multifaceted. For many, it's a strategic shift away from Western dominance, a chance to assert their own economic and political sovereignty. For Cuba, this alignment could mean new economic opportunities and a stronger voice on the global stage. But what are the potential impacts of this expanding alliance? Economically, it could lead to a more balanced global trade system, reducing reliance on the US dollar. Politically, it signifies a growing challenge to Western hegemony as more countries find solidarity in the BRICS vision. Stay tuned as we uncover the intricate dynamics at play and the strategic maneuvers shaping the 21st century. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. As Cuba joins the BRICS fold, it brings with it a rich history of resilience and a desire for a more equitable global order. This move is not just about economics, it's about a shared vision for a multipolar world. The inclusion of Cuba could inspire other nations to reconsider their alliances and explore new partnerships. The BRICS coalition is evolving, and with each new member, its influence grows stronger. The world is at a crossroads, and the decisions made today will shape the future of global politics and economics. As we navigate these changes, it's crucial to understand the motivations and aspirations of each nation involved. Cuba's entry into BRICS is a testament to the shifting tides of global power and the desire for a more balanced world order. The implications of this move are vast, affecting everything from trade policies to diplomatic relations. As we continue to monitor these developments, one thing is clear: the global landscape is changing rapidly. The rise of BRICS and the inclusion of nations like Cuba signal a new era in international relations. Stay with us as we delve deeper into these transformative changes and what they mean for the future. The stakes are high, and the world is watching closely.